your opponent's hand on your head. Okay? If I'm going to get a good head position, he's posting on my head, right? And you pull my head down, right? Now that's going to cause a lot of issues for me because I cannot get my head in the optimal place. Right? So if he tries to post my head, immediately get rid of it. Okay? He's not going to let me stay here, so I may have to start climbing up the arm, looking for 2-on-1s and such. Right? If he goes to this collar tie, right? I'm going to try to duck it and try to create a post on the back of his tricep. If he does successfully grab the head, I'm going to try to get the inside. Right? I'm going to drive and then control the head, and then take the shank off my head, because I don't want to pull my head down and manipulate my head in any way. So, yeah, never let the person hand on your head. All right, now we're going to talk about creating movements. If I have inside control of the body contour, I can drive into my opponent, okay, but he's not going to be just driving his legs backwards. He may push back into me. So we're driving him forward, and he pushes back into me, and I take away the post. Okay, so he's driving back into me, whoops, right? So now I've sort of created this stomach. And that is a great time to create an angle. I'm driving into my opponent, right? Driving in, I release, and then the moment he comes forward, I create an angle. Nice way to kind of sort of, it's a simple way, right? To push, release, pull, push back into him. I'm trying to use my head, right? For quick angles, right? And maybe he tries to circle away this way, right? I'm trying to go for under the floor line, etc., right? Using my forehead, quick drive into him, and it's going to be sort of a push and a pull, where I'm driving into my opponent and I'm feeling a reaction. On a good hand position, I'm driving, I pull the head down, and I create movement. I'm pushing into my opponent here, right? Pulling the head down, circling around, direct. Circling, pulling my tricep here, pulling the tricep here, creating an action, driving into them, working the leg. So I'm trying to work the snap down, pushing in, seeing how he's going to react and kind of put together movements together. And this is not restricted to just hand inside position, tricep and collar ties. It's also 2-on-1 and such too. Now I create the 2-on-1 look like driving forward, and when he pushes back into me, then I can release and then take him down. It's sort of like a slide by. Will you be able to immediately take someone down with that slide by? Not likely, but it'll stumble them. And it'll give you some sort of advantage to kind of jump into the next thing, whether it's a upper body tie or front head lock. Even sort of this arm drag, where I'm driving into him, putting here, as he's facing me, right? I'm pulling the head down, then he gets right back into me. I'm always going to be on my opponent, closing the distance, punching and pushing and pulling. Even here, right? Even here, if I'm pushing into him, he's going to drive back into me, right? I'm going to release it, and then now I can start working the head. So creating motion, let's go 2-on-1 here. Motion, back 2-on-1. I don't want to stay here. If I just stay here like this with no tension of the arm, he's going to start working his hands off here, right? Go back here, grab it, this way, right? This way, and peel the hand off, right? It's giving him an opportunity to start working back for position. So the moment that he pulls him with the hand, the shoulder here, I have this, if I'm pulling, driving, pushing into the head, circling away here, right? I'm driving using my head and my body. I'm driving into him, and the moment he pushes back into me here, right? So I'm trying to put me, okay? And maybe I don't succeed in driving him all the way down, but like elevate him, and now I have sort of this much more upright position that I'm forcing. But I can start engaging and grow. So now we're going to get into our first row. Really set us up. You said this? Comps. Yeah. So we're going to look at Koshiguro with a headlock from ear to ear. Remember we talked about ear to ear, how many uses for the thing? That's why there's an advantage. It's not like 50-50 in this. The person who knows more in that position has an advantage. And it's called 50-50 for a reason. Because it's a symmetrical position. You're in the same position. Right? So, collar tie, generally speaking, I want to have inside control with bicep, tricep, and then head. This is sort of the ideal position to be sort of in a collar tie. Okay, if I create an angle, even better. Right? Because now I can pull the arm here, to kind of keep that outside position. I can pull the arm, right, use an angle, right, pull the head down this way, right, pull the head down, and I can alternate. Right. I can alternate between head tricep, head tricep, head tricep, head tricep. This is a very, very traditional collar situation. It doesn't always stay here because you're going to want to move this hand back to the inside. Okay? And now look, we have collar tie here. Generally speaking, you want inside control of the bicep, but we're just going to kind of accept this outside position. And so it's usually because he's not going to let me pommel this hand back in. Right? So this is sort of the in position that you always see here. Very, very, very common. Okay? And depending on the height of my opponent, what his posture is doing, different techniques are going to be available for you. So we're going to have ear to ear, collar tie, right? In this position, we're going to reach over and grab deep on the inside of the arm, and we're going to externally rotate the arm here. Right? So controlling them, I go up, and then I rotate externally. Just snap you do it. Actually. Right? So if he's square, his hand is here. We're going to go over, and we're going to hug this hand, and we're going to use our forearm here, and we're going to rotate the arm out. Okay? This is going to create a little bit more sort of opening for my head. So free my head to be able to turn a little bit more. And then we're going to use this whole unit to kind of use my head to bring the opponent's body weight into this direction. You're like this, and you're physically pulling the person with the gi, but we don't have a gi. So we're going to use this, trap the forearm to our chest, and use the entire body this way. From here, this head, I'm going to go down and pull the head down. Now, when his head comes back up, that's when I bring my chest across and then control his head against my chest here. Okay? This is sort of risky if I miss the head and then get my back taken here. Right? So generally, it's considered a higher risk throw. And the sweatier you are, the higher the risk for slippage. So you want to do this sort of earlier on in the match. But with the proper mechanics, this can work very beautifully. I'm actually been wrestling using this technique. But I pull the head down, and as the head comes up, and the head timing is very important, because if he sees it coming and he ducks his head, he's behind me. And we're going to talk about a different type of a headlock as well, to kind of combat the ducking of the head. But for now, we're going to pinch his arm